Uh, they needed to win against Michigan, right? They needed their resume boosting win. They had beaten the teams that we thought they beat, and not and then lose to the ones that we were if they lost, you were kind of like, oh, okay, we're waiting on them to beat a good team, and they did. So
Right.
they're young. They got their young guys and Boogie Flan and I. My thing with Kyle is they're talented. They're going to be there in the end. They're going to get tested in the SEC though, right? I mean, this is the dominant conference so far early. In the first month
Yep.
and a half of the season, it's been the SEC by everyone else. Last year, in previous 2 years, you can make the argument it's been the Big 12. But this year, I don't think anybody's arguing the depth of what the SEC has brought this year. So we're going to learn a lot about Arkansas. Um, but if you're talking about what Kyle, I mean, what Kyle has done, it's pretty consistent. He's going to get players. He's going to let them play. The question becomes: is he's going to win in March? That's the only thing that's different. Is his roster construction or his GM, the GM of the team, is that going to look any different? Cal can coach. He's going to get young dudes, get them ready, send them to the league. Um, I only want to see if does he do anything different in Arkansas come March or come the way he constructs his rosters going forward is the only thing I want to see. He's going to get the top kids. He's
Yeah.
going to put them in the league. That's just his formula. That's who he is. He's going to let you play. But so far, so good. I'm not – it's just kind of what I expected them to be right now. I'm not disappointed. I'm not surprised. It's just right where I thought Cal and Arkansas would be.
Yeah, and
How you feeling, Jarrell, on
wouldn't have been
Arkansas?
yeah, I wouldn't have been surprised even if they had got off to a slower start. To be honest with you, it's a good start for
Really?
them, and it's a lot of new pieces. Yeah, I
Whoa,
mean,
whoa, whoa, whoa,
because
whoa, whoa, whoa! All that money going around in Arkansas, all
I
that
was gonna
look,
say that's
chicken,
you saw that
all that
reaction. I'm like,
chicken,
really?
and
it's
I don't mean like
it's
literal fried chicken. I mean, there's a whole lot of money being
hey,
passed around in Arkansas.
it's a,
You
that's
be
the
slow
what they call it,
start.
the Tyson
Yeah, man.
chicken, huh?
Yeah, Tyson
Yeah,
chicken, a
man.
whole bunch of
but
Jerry Jones, and a
but
whole bunch of somebody. I
Right.
mean,
hey,
they got a
look,
lot of
They
money
they
down
they
there.
got their own
nah,
money down there in Arkansas. Their
Yeah,
own
they
money. They
printing
got
print
money
money.
down there.
they
No
got the
slow
bag,
start.
man, and they got the talent, but 8-2 with essentially having to build a whole new roster. It's still like those dudes. Like I'm expecting them even once they get to conference play to take some lumps. It's a lot of working parts. It's a lot of guys who haven't played together before. It's going to take a little bit of time to figure it out. But like you said, RC, they got the talent. They got the players. They got obviously the freshmen and Boogie Flan is playing at a really high level right now. And I think at the end of the day, what's going to make a break how good Arkansas can be this year is just going to be the progression and how well Wagner and Johnell Davis are going to be able to play. Because right now, they both been solid, not great either way. Really a step down from what I was expecting from Johnell Davis after the years that
Yeah.
I've seen him have over the last couple of years and the experience that he has. But I think they're going to need those two guys specifically to step up. Like, it's hard to ask. And don't get me wrong, Flan is dynamic, man. He's a special player, but he can't be the end all be all of your offense really in crunch time situations night in night out and expect to make a deep run. It's gonna get hard in road games, even in going into conference play in the SEC, man. So they're gonna need Wagner and Davis to play well and kind of figure things out and how all those guys gonna be able to coexist together. And I think the last thing of that is always gonna be this is just figuring out or getting some kind of flow or rhythm offensively because I think that's a big part of it. Like these guys are all new; they haven't played together for a long time. They figuring out where they gonna get their shots set, how to
Right.
play off one another, where he gonna go when I drive it middle. Is he gonna lift? Is he gonna cut? Is he gonna space the floor? Like they still trying to work out all the kinks in that too. So, but I'm positive those two dudes get it going and they play at a high level along with the other guys that have been playing well already. They'll be good. They'll be good, but I still think they're gonna take some lumps throughout the SEC, man, because it's easily probably the best conference in the country this year. So I don't think it's any
It's got to be
argument
John
there.
L. Davis,
No,
though.
it is. Yeah, and that's my thing, RC. Like that's the surprising
Got to
thing
be John.
about Johnell Davis. It feels like the guys on that team are looking for him to be the leader, and I don't know what the situation is. If it's him obviously new program, bigger platform,
It's
but he's
hard, man,
not being the
because
guy that we saw.
yeah, but it's hard when you transfer in. Like a lot of times when guys transfer into a school, they just trying to fit in. And coaches are like, man, I ain't bring you here to fit in. You come here and be you.
Right.
But sometimes it still takes
Exactly.
guys a minute just to adjust to being who they are. So we've seen this dude do it, and we've seen him do it when it mattered, right? And Arkansas is going to need him to be the. We talked about it with Houston, like be a closer, be a guy that can finish games for him. And say what you want, as good as some of those teams are in the SEC, a lot of them don't have a guy that we know can close games the way Johnell Davis can. So we'll see if he can step up. But we know he has the game. Cal gonna put the battery in his back and gonna allow him to do it.
Yeah.
But my only suggestion to him would just be like, why do you care? Like make them adjust. Like no one has done
Yeah.
more in college basketball on that team than you have. So there should be a
Exactly.
confidence in him to say, man, get on my back. I got y'all. And he doesn't have to carry him because we act like it's not like Arkansas is devoid of talent. But
Right.
resume wise and production wise, there's not many guys on that roster at the college level that have done it, the way that he has. And so if he takes that step, then that alone takes Arkansas up a step.